You stream golf with friends now.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that you come through still.
Okay, am I coming through?
Oh, I think you are. Okay. Haha. Okay, so now.
That's pretty funny.
Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Mindful Pig here. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of a mishap at the start of this podcast episode, so I'm just going to recap what happened during only the first 15 minutes. Again, shout out to Lazy Panda for letting me know that the audio wasn't working correctly. At this point in time, it looks like my Chromebook is done as far as recording the Discord version of this. So we're going to be going back to the Minecraft version, where basically I can still host a Discord chat, but the background will be a Minecraft screen, and I'll build stuff, and add to it and make like a two tired dudes headquarters. Unfortunately, I was just thinking on the light of my feet. I don't know what the prayer expression is now. But yeah, I just quickly switched over to golf with friends. I tried streaming from there, and it seemed to work out pretty well. So the rest of the conversation now you can hear between JW and myself. Basically, JW was just letting us know about his gaming time he's done recently. So he played a lot of Final Fantasy 16. Um, he also played a little bit of Alan Wake 2. He started his New Game Plus on that one. I do apologize because he did have quite a bit of stuff that he was talking about. So we did have to kind of streamline that as the chat begins again. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Okay, so everybody can hear me now.
Yeah, you're coming through perfect. I just turned it up. Wow. Okay, I am so sorry, everybody. Oh, that was ridiculous.
The new YouTube is going to be fun for this one with
Oh,
golf with friends in the background.
yeah. The new way we're doing two tired dudes, apparently. I am so sorry, JW. So yes, please go ahead and continue with where you were
Well,
at. I'm sorry.
I was just saying how the DLC of Final Fantasy 16 didn't add much in terms narratively or gameplay. There are specific monsters with new abilities that were interesting to dodge and to fight against, but it's mostly reskin and enemies.
So like
Plus, they added two side characters that were extremely annoying.
oh, okay, some new characters. But like because obviously you finished the game, right? As far as that goes, it didn't add anything to the story of that,
No, no, no.
right? Okay. It was something new they added in. Okay.
I mean, they showed a bit what the Fallen tried to do in the past. Because in Final Fantasy 16, in your surroundings, there's a bunch of sort of fallen high-tech technology in the environment, and everybody has their theories and history of how it came to be. So we've seen a bit what they've tried to do, but there's not much info.
Oh, okay, okay. And geez, I want to say there was a third one. Maybe there wasn't. I thought there was another game you were playing in the back burner. Or was it just those two?
I was playing the finals as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, how is that one? Like,
That game is very good. The only problem is that my computer is running it on the bare minimum and it's not running well.
okay, like to give you an idea, like what is it exactly? Is it like Call of Duty? Is it like Valorant? Is it its own thing?
It's its own thing for sure. It's basically a 3v3v3, so three teams of three.
Okay.
Everybody, there's like a vault, money cube if you want. Everybody goes there. Someone activates it. There's a couple of seconds before it becomes available. When it's available, you take the cube and bank it to one of two spots.
Oh, okay. So it's not just shooting each other then. There's more to it. Okay.
Exactly. And during the banking, anybody can capture it. So
Okay.
you need to defend it.
Is there like different like like classes, or like is every character pretty much the same?
No, no, there's three classes. So there's the light, medium, and heavy.
Okay.
So the heavy is the biggest and also the slowest, but has the most health.
Okay.
Medium is a bit faster than the heavy, but much slower than the light. And the light well is the fastest, the smallest, and the but the one that is the squishiest. So size do matter in this game because there are section where the heavy cannot pass, like vents where the light can.
Okay.
And another thing that's special with this game actually is that the whole level is destructible. It
Oh,
and it
okay.
and when I say this, it's literally is. Like if there's a bridge and it's broken, you can't pass there. You'll have to find another way to get over.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. So yeah, so it's a lot different than what I was thinking. That's neat. Okay, when you guys said destructible, I thought, okay, that's neat. Like, things just blow up around you. I didn't think they would actually like, stop your path completely.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
for sure.
that's cool.
And every building is destructible.
Wow.
For example, if you're in a house and the point is at the top level, people can break the wall or the roof and get in. But if someone breaks the bases of the house, the founding
Yeah,
walls, let's say, the whole house topples down with the pieces falling over the people and all that.
that's so cool. So there's a lot of strategy then to that game. That's neat.
Oh, absolutely. And there's no fall damage, so you can do all sorts of super cool moves.
So like, how was it like getting into it the first time? Is it pretty like user friendly, or like did it take you a few matches to kind of get used to things?
It takes a few matches to get used to it because I find that you can't like one shot kill enemies even if you headshot someone.
Okay.
Everything takes a bit more hit, so it's to takes a bit of getting used to uh, getting into the vibe of shooting and all that.
Okay. And I guess the last big
But
thing is,
there's a tutorial when you come in, so it's easy to understand.
oh, perfect. No, I say like for the last part, like how about like your team? Is it like heavily dependent on voice, or is there like little prompts and stuff? Like, can you ping things or?
Oh, you can ping, but you can voice chat as well. I haven't found a way to write. I don't think there's a writing chat, but I might be wrong.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you're probably heavily dependent on voice chat then, I would assume.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you have a shitty teammate, it really, really, really shows because
Yeah.
it's a team of three, right?
That's
But since it's a team of three, it's easy to get friends with you.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. It's okay. It's a lot different than what I was thinking. Because I thought it was honestly just like another version of Call of Duty and Apex and all that. I didn't think it had its own
Nope.
little objective to it. That's really neat.
Yeah, and it's previous Battlefield devs that made this game.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you're saying too. That's cool.
Yep.
It's funny too when you talked about like total destruction, right? I was like, man, what a shot to the new Battlefield that came out, eh? Because that's that's what
Yeah.
they were trying to do, right? This game clearly did it a lot better, but
Well, I mean, the game is complete.
yeah, yeah, that too.
Like it has a scoreboard at launch, something that the newest didn't have.
So do you think like you'll be going back into this one quite often?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've played it like every now and then at lunch and when I have a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. That's how I usually base those ones. Because there's like lots of free to play games, right? But there's quite a few I'll
Yeah.
play once and then that's it. I'll usually put it down. Call of Duty is definitely one of them. I can't get into
And
Warzone. I tried.
the only premium stuff they sell are skins and battle passes. Nothing that gives an advantage.
That's really good. That's really good too.
Plus, every class have like their a bunch of gadgets and different weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is there vehicles and stuff like that, or is it just straight like guns?
Yeah, no, there's no vehicles, but each class have three specialization that you can use. For example, for the light, there's a grappling hook, there's cloaking, and a
Ooh,
dodge.
that's
So you
cool.
can choose one, but you can't have all three at the same time.
Okay, okay, that's fair. That's neat.
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, cloaking seems like it'd be kind of fun to use in that kind of
And every
situation.
gadget is super useful, so it's really hard to choose what to bring with you because you can only bring like 4 items.
But okay, because you're in a group of three, then when you have like abilities like that, does it actually help your teammates out too? Like, are you able to use
Yeah,
those? Oh, okay, okay.
I mean, depends which one, but
Yeah, of
yes.
course. I was thinking like the grappling hook, if you were able to like make a bridge for them as well or something to help them get across. If
The
some.
medium have a gadget where he can have a grappling hook for everyone, or a zip line, I mean.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah. That's what I was kind of thinking of. Okay. That's cool. That's a really cool game. Okay, I'm excited. It's a lot different than what I was picturing in my head.
So next game Monday.
Yeah, yeah. No, I really do want to try that one. I'm gonna download it. Yeah, I'll download it this week. I'll make sure it's on
Cool.
there. Like I said, I would like to try it too beforehand, but we'll see then. Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, it gets a bit getting used to because, it, there's a lot of chaos, lots of building exploding and going everywhere, and everybody running in every direction.
That's so cool. I
And
said,
I've told you the quick cache mode because it's my favorite mode, but there are more modes.
oh, there's more than
There's
just
like
that one.
there's a tournament, which is quick cache, but with an extra added objective.
Okay.
So meaning there are two places with a cache and two places to cash out, and it's 4 teams of 3.
Okay.
And since it's tournament, so there's multiple rounds until the last round where it's 2 teams of 3.
Oh, okay, okay. I get it. It's what do you call it? Team execution.
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
And there's another mode where it's more, I would say, deathmatch oriented, where there's still money involved, but
Yeah.
it's you gather money and the people you kill let money behind, and you need to cash out the money at some point
Oh, okay.
in some places, some objective. So instead of having a cube cache, it's the player that has the cache.
Are like most modes related to a cash objective of some sort? Like they don't branch out beyond that right now.
Oh yes, it's all about it's also what the game is about. It's
Oh,
all about
okay.
the money, getting famous, and casino type thing. Like even the skins, it's
Oh,
related to that. So they really let their world shine.
yeah. That's their gimmick. Okay, 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 okay. I get it. All right. I'm really excited. Actually, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. Well, super well made game. It's mostly balanced, I would say.
Well, like you said, the
Like
big thing is no pay to win, so that's a good thing to hear.
yeah, and there are some uh, ways of playing that annoys me. Not that it's unbalanced. It's like, oh, someone is invisible with a shotgun, let's say, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Not not undealable.
Okay. So in that situation though, is it like how other games usually treat that mechanic? Like once that person shoots you with the shotgun, does their cloaking come off, or would it actually stay on?
Yes.
Okay.
So the
Okay.
cloaking comes off anytime you either take damage or do something else than running, let's say.
Okay. That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair then.
Yeah. And there are some gadgets like the glitch grenade that disrupts any equipment and skills. So if you hit someone that's invisible, it will take away the cloaking.
That's cool. Okay, yeah, I said that's the kind of game I could like if you really got into, right? I could see you having some amazing strategies to put together because yeah, it's just
Yeah, and
so much different.
there's a pro and a counter to every gadget that builds.
That's cool. Okay, I'm actually excited to see how this game does throughout this year. Then, wow.
Well, I don't see a better multiplayer coming out this year.
Yeah, it's I mean like it has a really good opportunity to stick out, and even just like what do you call it, like praise through Twitter and other discords. I've seen a lot of people talk pretty highly of the game.
Well, I don't see who would dislike it unless you dislike first-person shooters.
Yeah, right. Um, I don't know if you saw any of them yet. Um, I was confused too because okay, I was actually glad to talk to you because I don't even know if it came out yet. But the Last of Us TV show, there is no second season coming out yet, right? Like we're still waiting for that.
It's not out yet.
Okay, cool. Because I did see a
They're
few.
still casting people.
That's what I thought. Because I saw people like talking about it. I was like, "What? It's not even out yet." They were already like hating on it. I was like, "Hell, that's JW." Because
Well, they announced recently the person who would be cast as Abby for the second season.
Oh, okay. So maybe it was more of the casting that they were upset about. Yeah, because I was like, "There's no way it already came out." I would have heard more people talking about it.
What are they upset about?
Oh, they're just like, "Oh, second season. Now it's gonna become shit." I knew this was gonna happen. Like just stupid comments like that. And that's what I was thinking. I was like, I heard no one else talk about it. I was like, so how is this already out? It would have been like all over Twitter and Discord and stuff.
No, I mean, that's the people that dislike the second game, right?
Yeah, probably more likely.
I mean, I preferred the second game, so I'm good.
Yeah, like I said, it's so weird. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just the group of people I associate with. But yeah, I mean, everyone had such positive things to say about number two. They were all extremely happy with how it ended up concluding. Like I said, the worst thing was the one I found out, the big spoiler that obviously our wonderful guy dies at the very beginning.
Yeah, but that's the beginning.
Yeah, but I said like after that, it sounded like they did a great job, like keeping the story going.
And
I mean,
I honestly have no problem with that.
yeah, that's the weird thing. Everyone said that because he was like this big praise that they it was a Joel. I can't remember his name for a second. That he got in that first game, and in the second game, everyone was just a-okay that he died.
Well, I mean, it takes guts to do that.
It
And
does.
I think they've handled it well. I know a lot of people don't think so, and they don't feel like he acted like Joel. But I thought it was fine, and I think people forget that it's many years between 1 and 2 when that moment happened. So he's had time to change his outlook and all that. And you also see it during the game in flashbacks and stuff.
Yeah.
It's just the initial moment, it's shock.
Yeah, oh yeah. I think it was on the Super Show. They're the ones that ruined it for me. But when they were describing that one, I was like, "Holy shit! Like, what a way to take him out."
Oh, definitely, it's gut wrenching.
Yeah.
I like it.
And if it's not, by all means, JW, just tell me to shut up. But I was curious. Is it okay to promote a little bit of your upcoming project, comic book?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I was looking at your tiers and all that, and okay. So I never did a Kickstarter before. When you have like those different tiers on there, is that a monthly tier I have to pay, or is that just like a one-time deal? Because I noticed you had a few different things on there. So I think for $20, it was you got to be a character or you got to be a part of that, and I think like it would.
Basically, you get to. Well, we would need to be sent a picture if you want to. You don't need to.
Okay.
But basically, it would be your face is drawn, and either as a zombie or as a survivor, background character. You wouldn't be a character in the story.
Oh yeah, no. But I just thought that was so cool that you would actually try to fit someone in, even if it's just as a zombie. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, well, that's my co-creator Maxwell that had that idea, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it was really good. And then okay, now again, right? You'll know more. Was it $50 or maybe it was more than that? That you said you got access to the Discord, right?
Yep.
Yeah, where you could actually join in with the conversation of how the project's going.
Yes. I'm honestly a bit mixed up on the pricing because I sometimes look at it in pounds and sometimes in Canadian dollars, so I'm mixed up in the numbers a bit. But the highest tier is Discord access for now.
No, I said like I was blown away. Even like I said, even just that $20 level, just even if you are just like a zombie or whatever it is, right? I mean, that's pretty cool that you get to be a part of that world and that lore. Um, is there anything like you wanted to share about it though? As your time?
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about the return of the bubonic plague, but of course, stronger and better. In the sense of our modern medicine cannot fight it. So it takes place in England, and it we follow Marcel, a character where he doesn't really take his responsibilities seriously. He's a cop, but he parties and he gets in with shady characters. And so we see him navigating through this world and going through and interacting with the people around him and a bit carelessly. So that is the first comic exploring him.
And then
Now we have a future plan for follow-ups to that, but that's the first one for now that is being drawn.
and like well, for those that don't know you very well, I know you're not someone to just take up anything, right? You usually it's you have a certain taste that you like, right, for writing style and all that. So, how did this like collaboration end up becoming? Was it just someone you met through different discords and all that, or did you stumble across his work originally?
Yeah, no, I'm part of multiple writer Discord servers, and I think it was in the Writers Factory where Maxwell was looking for help in making this comic. So I contacted him, and I saw like the first draft of this first comic, and I really liked the vision he wanted, and together we expanded on that and created the world and the characters together.
That's really cool. That's really cool, JW.
Yeah.
And how is it? How do you find balancing the two? Like now taking on this with your book, is it is it, like difficult, or do you like like how do you manage your time between two different writing pieces?
Oh, it's certainly time consuming. Well, I currently finished my book actually,
Oh wow, way to go!
so so it helps now. It's free up a bit of time.
Oh my god,
But
that's awesome.
usually I would say I would work on both, during the day when I had time, even though I'm at work, uh, or very late at night in the small hours of the morning, and so basically anytime I had, I would use it to writing. And during December, because my goal was to complete the book before the end of the year, so during December I told Maxwell, like, I'm going to concentrate on this. It's going to be over, and then I'll make more time for the bubonic comics, which I did. I finished one day before Christmas.
That's amazing. Wow.
And
And
by finish, I mean I finished like writing up the stories. I still have some grammar issues, but otherwise it would be ready to be sent to a publisher.
wow. And like I mean like for us in the Discord and for anyone that's been listening along this past year, Like, do you think like it'll be possible within this year or next year maybe that we'll finally be able to like purchase your book or
Well,
get
it all depends if I can find a publisher and how much time it takes before it actually gets published, right?
is
It can
that
take a long time.
is it okay? Oh, yeah, I was curious. Is it hard to like find a publisher?
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, like I wasn't sure if you had to like like pay someone to do that or if it's just through conversations that you find the right person for publishing.
Actually, you can look through publishing website, and usually they have a list of their publishers that are working at their house, right? And
Oh,
there's a description of what they're looking and all that. So then it's your job to find the right one and cater it to that person.
that's crazy. Okay, I didn't think there was like different kinds. Wow, I thought just like anyone could like you could submit to anybody you wanted. I didn't think it had to be
Nope, because
wow.
there are people that that specializes in biography, let's say, or nonfiction. It's not everybody who wants to read fiction.
That's true. That's true. Wow. Wow. Yeah.
And I have to say, in Quebec, there's not much publishers, well, for the English front, because it's a French place. So I'll have to look through Canada, at least.
So, like, between the two of them, then what do you think will be the easier one to like kickstart? Would it be the comic, I guess, then in that case for you?
Well, the comic will be easier to release because we're self-publishing it.
Yeah.
It's a question that it will probably be a much smaller reach, right? Because the thing with the publishers, they have all the contacts, the contacts, the reach of all the stores, and etc. etc. But they take a huge cut.
Yeah. No, that would make sense that they would. Okay. Well, when I edit this, I will make sure that I put up the link there for your Kickstarter so that people know where to go to if they want to.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Of course, my man. I said I'm excited. Like, the minute you brought this up, I was like, oh man, he's gonna help out with a comic book. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've
Um.
also been working on a couple of short stories and reworking something to see if I can maybe self-publish it on Amazon or on a website like Wattpad.
Oh. Okay.
So look out for anything.
I think that's phenomenal. Like, you think of people, right? That I mean, even me when I'm done writing, right? There's so many times you get like stumped or you just kind of run out of ideas. But man, you were joking. You really have a lot like that you've been thinking about for I guess quite a while because you said writing's been, or at least stories,
Oh
have been a
yeah,
passion for you for
I
a
have
while.
a folders full of empty Word documents that just have a small title of an idea I had or whatever. For example, something like alien vampire or whatever, right?
Yeah,
Just a small term that makes me remember. Oh yeah, I would have thought of this.
that's
So
so cool.
just have a bunch of folders with these stuff,
Oh, that's wicked.
and so yeah, the secret is I don't sleep much.
I imagine so. Like you said, when you're up in the wee hours of the morning, I was like, Jesus.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have to write because otherwise I don't sleep anyways. Like it keeps me up at night and I keep thinking about it.
Oh, like you have it like an insomnia then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like it's more like an obsession with the story, and then once I've written a bit of something, I can go to sleep.
That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, just to make sure though, so with the Kickstarter, just to be clear, is it a monthly thing that we contribute to, like Patreon, or is it just like a one-time deal?
No, Kickstarter is a bunch of backers, so it's not monthly. It's not like Patreon.
Oh, okay, okay. Then yeah, so 'cause, yeah, Friday's payday, so I'm definitely gonna put down my 20. I wanna I wanna see this story grow. I'm excited.
Thanks.
Oh, no worries, buddy. I said I'm excited for this. Um, And then sorry, so the small little bit that you had going now, like that part, I could read then, right? Once I contribute.
What do you mean the small bit?
Did you have like an intro or the first little part done, or is it still in the works? Everything.
What of the projects? You mean the comics?
Yeah, sorry, the comics.
So we have one comic where we actually have two comics where it's pretty much fully written. It
Oh,
just needs to be drawn.
oh, okay, yeah, okay, I saw that on there. That yeah, you were in the midst of being an artist or working with an artist.
Yes, yes. And so we've written it. The panels are placed and all that. It just needs to be drawn and everything, which is a long process.
Oh
It's
yeah.
probably longer than writing it, to be honest.
Okay, wow. Okay, sorry. I guess I misunderstood that when I was reading. I didn't think you had two already ready to go. That's crazy. Wow.
Well, it's because we don't mention it that we have two scripts written,
Oh,
but
okay.
because the first one that is coming up is Bubonic Marcel, which is the first one that will be released. And once at some point we will have a website where we'll be able to sell it digitally.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, perfect.
It's just it's not ready yet, so it's not on the Kickstarter yet.
Yeah, it's it. To have them like physically done, that must be pretty expensive process as well. I would imagine, eh?
Yeah, no, we don't have a way to deliver it physically, so it's only digital.
Okay, so just sorry, I'm gonna throw so many questions at you, but just out of curiosity, would it be like if you did like have physical ones, right? You were only gonna hand them out to so many people. Would you say it's the delivery that's the most expensive part of it all, or is it actually like putting that comic book together and printing it all?
It's a good question. Uh, I would, I'm not sure to be honest, but I would think the delivery.
Yeah, right. Depending on where someone lives, like if it was obviously someone in Canada and you were doing it in Canada, it probably wouldn't have been so bad. But if you were gonna go
Because
overseas,
it's not only that, it's like, let's say you want to make a batch of 20.
okay,
Well, what if you don't sell 20 books? Well, you've just lost money.
that's true too. That's very true.
Plus, we don't have a way to deliver it. So,
Yeah, no, I get that too.
well,
Aw,
maybe in the future, if there's enough traction behind it, but it's not in the plans currently.
yeah, yeah. I can't say enough, my guy. Like kudos to you. It's been one hell of a year. Last year at least. Just listening to your journey with your hobby and your passion with writing. Right, like I said, it all started off with your book, and then obviously the comic came into effect, and again, don't want to spoil too much because this is your guys' stuff, but there also was talk on Discord too, right, about a video game or writing for a current member's video game. So yeah, I mean you tackled a lot in the past year. Like it's phenomenal.
No, for sure. But I like it, and it's good practice as well.
Yeah, I mean those are all the things we shared. I don't know if you've done more last year or not with writing.
Well, there was a short story that I sent to a magazine, but it didn't get picked up. So I'm planning to revamp that short story to then self-publish it.
Was it like just what you said with the publishers? Like it just wasn't the genre that they wanted, or?
Well, it's just they've chosen something else. It's not a question of genre. They didn't give me a reason.
Oh, okay, okay. That's good though. Yeah, it's better you self-publish it
But
anyway.
one way or the other, I thought I had cut too much, so I'll try to remake it the way I wanted it, and then I putting it on the Wattpad or self-publishing it in some way.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Kudos, JW. Like seriously,
thanks.
I said one of the few people I know that like you. I know we had this talk before about time management and all that, but yeah, you're very driven, right? You know what I mean? when you want to accomplish something, just hearing like how you plan out your day and you manage your time, you commit to that goal, whatever that goal is. And yeah, that's
Well, the best way I think, the best trick I can give is to change your mindset at how you look at it. Because we often say, "Oh, I don't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time." And
yep.
it's not. Change your mindset to, "I didn't take the time instead." And it sounds stupid, but it really changes something. Because when you put the responsibility on you and say, "I didn't take the time for that," then you make time another time. Because when you say, "I don't have time," then you convince yourself you never have time.
Yeah, that, and I was gonna say, the way you like phrase things, I always find that you don't put a lot of like pressure on yourself. Like you're saying to yourself like I'm gonna do half a book in a month, right? Like you give yourself reasonable goals is basically what I'm trying to say.
Well, I always give myself at least one chapter or two per month.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. Like you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah,
not.
because depending where in the book, but every chapter is at least 10 pages and more.
Yeah, like I said, that's a very reasonable goal within 30 days, right? Yeah, yeah. Just kudos to you, my dude. I think you definitely have a talent. And who knows?
Oh,
Maybe,
thanks.
maybe you'll be able to share that with other people and make some profit off that as well too.
Well, I mean, my thing, I already have a job that pays well.
Of
My
course, no,
thing
of
is more
course.
to, well, it's why I chose traditional publishing, because it's more about delivering reaching the most people than making money off of it. I'm not expecting to make anything out of it.
No, no, I get it. It's more just sharing your stories, your ideas.
Yeah. Well, I like them. I'm sure somebody else will like it.
Oh, of course, of course.
Plus, I see so much shit. I'm sure my thing is better.
It's oh god, isn't it so true sometimes? Like I was laughing with Cheyenne because it's like sometimes you turn on like Netflix for example, right? They say they have all these brand new movies, and you look at it's like it's just garbage. Like it's just fucking
Yeah.
garbage.
I mean, just look at Fast and Furious.
Yeah, there you go.
It's
Yeah,
giant garbage, but it makes so much money. So many people watch it.
it is absolutely ridiculous how many entries that movie has already at this point.
Yeah. There's 11 entries right now,
Wow, I honestly thought there was
and more
9.
coming up.
That's crazy.
Because
Christ.
the last one ended on a cliffhanger.
Wow. After 11. Um. Oh. I don't know why, but it made me think of I'm sure you've seen it because it seems like a movie you enjoy. But Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
When they tried that too, right? They had Ocean's 12 or whatever the hell it was.
Oh yeah, but Ocean 11 just should have stuck to that one. Honestly,
Yeah.
all the
Right.
sequels afterwards just get worse and worse.
Yeah. Like the first one was so good, and it's just like yeah. After that, just became such hot garbage.
Did you know that Vin Diesel is like a top grade acting school actor? Like apparently he
Wow.
he like accomplished one of the best schools of acting.
That's crazy. Because the worst part is I can't even think of a movie he's done. Like I know he's done other movies in Fast and Furious, but he's just
Well, my favorite one with him in it is Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick.
oh yeah, oh my god, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was a
But
great one.
otherwise, there's nothing I like him.
Yeah, wow, I totally forgot Chronicles of Riddick. Yeah, that was good.
I'm sure. I have a sneaking suspicion you would like X if you've never Triple X. I mean,
No, I've seen that one, like advertised and all that, but I never actually watched it.
I'm sure you would. I hate it, but I'm sure you would like it for some reason.
I'll have to give that one a watch then. I
I
did.
mean, it's not as bad as Fast and Furious, but it's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad, yeah. I was gonna say I finally gave what was it, Dulox and Marie's suggested, Cheyenne and I finally sat down. We were watching the Fall of the House of Usher. I think we're like
Right?
4 episodes into it. That one's actually pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because I so far, I when it first came out, what was it? The Haunting of Bell Manor, or no, sorry,
The
the
The Haunting of Hill House.
Thank you, thank you. I know Shine's laughing. I always screw it up. But that one was so good. Like I like that one, right? Then the second one that came afterwards, I don't know. That one didn't strike me as much.
Yeah, I didn't finish it.
No, you too. Okay, so Cheyenne was like, no, it was great. I was like, no, it was kind of garbage. Like I didn't find that one as good as the first one.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I liked Hill House.
yeah, that was good. And then this one now, I would say I'd move that one to probably number one. Um,
Did you see Midnight Church?
No, that's the last one we have to watch after we finish the Fall of the House of Usher.
No, I haven't seen The House of Usher yet, but Midnight Mass is my favorite of him. Flanagan is he's the one that made all of these movies you've mentioned, or
Oh,
shows.
okay.
And Midnight Mass is my favorite out of them. It's very original and explores all sorts of concepts that is very cool. But it's very dialogue heavy. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of dialogue. I've heard some criticism on that front that some people thought they talked too much. I personally loved it and found no problem with that.
See, that's interesting because that's how the Usher one is too. Um, like a lot of it is just basically two people in a room talking, right? There's stuff going
Yeah.
on, but I mean a lot of it is just the two of them in the room. But I liked it too. Like I like the little quick like comebacks to each other, the little things they throw in there as these conversations are happening, the flashbacks, all that kind of stuff, right? Like I was like,
But
yeah,
Mike Flanagan writes very well. I really like how his character interacts, talks, and all that. So I think it
yeah.
passes well, even though it has a lot of dialogue.
Okay, guys, I didn't know who the person was that actually made all these shows. Was this like his first like big project, or did he do any other TV shows or movies before this?
I'm not sure.
Cause yeah, like I agree with you. Like I actually really enjoy the characters that he makes, and like
I'm
the
searching
world.
it now.
It's
But yeah, no, I keep hearing good stuff about the House of Usher.
yeah, yeah. I said I'm only 4 episodes in, but it's gotten really good.
Um, so before Haunting of Hill House, he made Geralt's Game,
Okay, I've heard of that
which
one.
yeah, which is a movie um based on King work. He helped make also Doctor Sleep,
Oh wow. Okay.
uh, Ouija, Origin of Evil, Before I Wake, a bunch of horror stuff.
Okay. So yeah, so horror is his element. Sorry, Shane. What were you gonna say about his wife? That's his wife. Oh.
Who's his wife?
Um, I can't remember now who she is in the Haunted Hill one. But Shai was saying in the House of Usher, his wife is one of the main characters that's in all of them, right? But in that one, she's the girl with the silver like gray hair.
Oh, Kate Siegel
Is it Kate Siegel? Is that sound familiar, Shai?
or Siegel? I don't
Or
know
Siegel?
how her name.
Oh, she's looking it up. It is. Yeah, you nailed it.
Okay. Oh, I see. It's really
That's funny.
okay.
Wow. That's like oh shit, I think it's Adam Sandler or I can't remember. There's another actor who does that too, where every movie they play, their wife plays. Oh, it's
Yeah, there's a couple.
Ben Stiller. That's who it is. He's the one that does that.
Yeah, well, like I said, there's a couple
Oh,
that do that. I think James Gunn did that as well for some of his show.
oh yeah, yeah. Good point. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. We finally watched that show, and yeah, it hasn't disappointed. That one was really good. Um, excited to finish that one up.
I've actually been watching recently the second season of Reacher.
Oh, okay. Did your
I,
opinion change of it, or?
well, it's not as good as the first season, but it's still good.
Yeah, okay.
But I think I've already read that book because everything that I see in it, I sort of know it somehow. So,
And
so I
you,
might have read it in the past a long time ago.
and then I kind of forgot until you brought it up. You said there was also a movie too, right? For Reacher?
Well, there's a shitty Tom Cruise, two shitty Tom Cruise movie of Reacher,
Ah, that's disappointing that
but
Tom Cruise plays him.
TV shows are much closer to the books and very good.
Yeah, I was saying, especially because he's such a big guy, right? I just can't picture Tom
Oh
Cruise.
yeah, he's like described in the book, which is almost impossible. Super tall and buff.
Yeah.
He's like 6'7" or something.
Oh man, I was trying to think. I don't think. I know I've watched stuff. I don't think I really watched anything spectacular that stuck out than things I've seen 100 times already. Um,
You know, I watched the Ahsoka show recently, and I was really surprised because Disney is dead to me, which means Star Wars as well.
yeah, you were saying you liked it, right?
And yeah, no, I was surprised because it was very good. I wasn't expecting to like it, especially after Obi-Wan.
Did you ever watch
How
the other one? There was it, The Mandalorian.
I watched the first two seasons. I didn't finish the second. So first season, I don't know. I didn't went crazy for it like everyone.
Okay.
It's like the first half of the season is like a normal Western, but with Star Wars painted over it.
Oh, okay.
So I thought it was okay, good. It's good, but not. But that sort of end of first season or the second part of the first season was more like Star Wars, so I got more into it. And then
Okay.
season two was just jumping pad for a bunch of other characters, so I really disliked it and didn't finish it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. The only ever reason that show captures my attention is just to see that baby Yoda, which I know it isn't the proper term. It has some different name for it, but
Yeah,
that's
it's Grogu.
yeah, Grogu. That's literally the only reason I want to watch it. I was like, I just want to know what this character is about.
I know a bunch of people do just for that as well.
But yeah, no, I'll have to check out the other one then if you said it was actually that great. Because I do have Disney
Well,
Plus.
yeah, because I was surprised. Also, it takes characters from another show from the Star Wars Rebel show.
Oh,
And it's a,
okay.
a bit of a continuation of that show, so it's a bit inaccessible come series because you need to know a couple of stuff that happened in that show and a bit of what happened, the relationship with Ahsoka and Anakin and all that. So which means of knowing a bit of Clone War.
Yeah, no,
So
that
as
I
a
do.
newcomer, I'm not sure how fun it is.
No, I did watch Clone Wars when that one was out. Um, yeah, it's been a long time. It's a very long time since I got into a Star Wars movie. I think it was Django I was talking to last on the podcast, and he was just blown away. I was like, yeah, literally the last Star Wars, like the newest Star Wars I've seen was Episode 3, and then after that I didn't watch anything because I don't know.
Well, you're not missing much.
Yeah, nothing captured my attention. Like they would come on right with all these trailers, and I was like, okay, like I don't know, it didn't have that same excitement as the
They're all shit.
yeah, as the first six did. Yeah, that's what I heard. No, what was it? Oh, what's Harrison Ford's character now? I forgot. Han Solo. I heard
Han Solo, yeah.
apparently his was okay. His movie. I don't know.
Yeah, his film, a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was okay. It wasn't great, but it wasn't insulting either. It was good.
Yeah, right. It was just more of I guess him, like more of his lore or whatever.
The Rogue One film is really good. I like that one,
Is
which is a group of people that spy for the rebels and
oh
gets the codes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Guess
But
there's
otherwise, none of it is worth it.
yeah. I can't imagine when Disney took it over that they would have made it any better than what it already was.
Well, I wasn't expecting the epic flop they've been making. Like with all the money they have, they should have the best talents and churn out some great stuff. But it looks cheap and terrible most of the time.
Like I know it's a little bit of a spoiler, right? But from what I've understood, like just through grapevines of conversations, is that like Darth Vader and like all those kind of people are still making comebacks in these newer movies, right? It's
Oh
they
yes, of course. They
yeah.
keep making
See,
cameos.
that's so disappointing. Like just
Yeah.
six movies in, chop it up, new bad guy, like move on.
Yes, as they should, which Ahsoka does with the Star Wars Rebels series.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. That part kind of disappointed when I heard that. I was like,
And explores new stuff and not the whole Darth Vader thing. Because the Ahsoka show happens like soon after Episode 6.
like I think you and me kind of mentioned this before. We were talking about like bad guys carrying on. Like I was talking about Reacher that one time, right, with the episode.
I'm sorry you cut up. What did
Oh,
you say?
sorry. I was just saying like I know we've talked about this before about bad guys carrying on for too long, right? Like before I mentioned Reacher, right? Um, but yeah, like I don't know. There comes a point where like someone comes back so many times, it just becomes ridiculous at that point. Like they're not even a bad guy to me anymore, or like this almighty force. They're just an
Oh,
annoyance.
that's why Episode 9 sucks.
Yeah, right. Like
Like, to me, honest, there's nothing after Episode 6. It's all stupid garbage.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. And there's a lot of things that do that. Like that's why some anime is like I couldn't get into. Like One Piece. Like I know there's probably great things about it, but like to carry on that long, it's like nah. Like
I know it's too long.
yeah, it's too much. I mean, I love Dragon Ball Z, but even that one went on for quite a while.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Um, what was there I was gonna tell you about? Oh, I don't know if I mentioned to you or not, but I also rewatched Waiting. I haven't seen that movie honestly since I was.
Waiting?
Yeah, it's an older movie, but it has like some great comedy actors in it. So for example, Ryan Reynolds in it. Justin Long's in it. Um,
It's a 2005 movie, so it should be a good comedy.
Yeah, yeah, no, because based on our conversations we had, I was like, oh man, I really think JW would like this movie. Very raunchy, right? Very, yeah, very that timeline as far as humor goes. Like example, it's not a spoiler whatsoever, right? But they're in the restaurant. They have this game they play, and the objective is to have the other person see your balls. And it was just all the crazy ideas they would come up with because it's not just you flash yourself right at the other guy, but you have to like stretch it out so it looks like a bat wing, or they can yeah. Then and like the punishment is you get to kick someone, but depending on what style you do with it, right, that earns another kick, and it's just it's so stupid, it's so funny.
Sounds funny.
Yeah, I was really happy because I was like I said I haven't watched the movie forever, and we just found it. I think it was on Netflix or whatever. And yeah, I was like, okay, we have to rewatch this. We have to see if it's as funny as it was back in the day, and yeah, it hits. Um, it's really good. If you haven't yet, I definitely recommend watching that one. Yeah, it's the only thing I had that I was doing at my time off, other than all this bloody editing, was
Right.
I got to try out RimWorld. So Marie was kind enough to give me some money there to purchase the game, and
Oh,
it's
nice.
yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like I mean, I'll definitely go back into it and keep trying it out. But it is a lot at the very beginning. The tutorial they throw at you, there's just so much going on.
Yeah,
Now,
it's all about managing systems.
Yeah, right. So I mean, like I told her, like I'm sure if I keep playing at this, a couple hours here and there, eventually I'll get the rhythm of it all. But that first playthrough was pretty goddamn rough. Not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, I think it's the same type of people who likes Crusader games will like these types of games where it's all about system managing and not necessarily what happens on the screen,
And
if you know what I mean.
no, yeah, I do get what you mean. I was gonna say they are pretty fair though. I can't remember if it's halfway through the tutorial or if it's like closer to the beginning, but they do give you these tiers of difficulty, and the first one is literally just playing the game so you can just enjoy the story or enjoy the world you're in at the moment, and then yeah, it just upgrades from there. To ultimate chaos where things are attacking you and everything's unfair all the time. I told her, I was like, I'll stream one time on the hardest difficulty just to make you laugh. Um, yeah, there was that one that I tapped back into Bloodborne again. Um,
Nice. Where are you at now?
I did finally beat that first, not the first. I gotta stop saying that. The first like final boss, I guess you want to call it, where you finally move on to the next part of that world.
The first final boss?
Yeah, I don't know what you want to
You
call him.
mean Father Gascoigne in the Grave?
Thank you. Yes, that's the guy.
So the first boss.
Hey,
The first like main
yeah,
boss.
there we go. First main boss. That's a good term.
Because
Uh,
honestly, it's confusing, the first final boss.
it made sense in my head. Okay. um, yeah,
Lots of things make sense in our head.
so true. um, he was okay. Like it pissed me off because I couldn't beat him for so long only because of his second form. His first form is such a joke. I don't know if you did the same thing with him, but if you
Yes.
where you just like walk around the gravestones and you just keep hitting him and he can't hit you back for some reason.
I don't know, but I mean, his first form is doable, and then his last form, you want to cry as you run around
Yeah.
the gravestones.
Oh my god. And if it wasn't for him, it was those fucking camera angles that were driving me nuts because I wasn't able to rotate my camera fast enough while I'm trying to run out of like his carnage path that he's making there. Jesus. And when I first discovered that he can like pretty much fuck up everything on that battlefield, I was like, well, great. I can't even hide behind a tree because apparently he has the ability to jump through that. And oh man, it was
Well, FromSoft knew. They knew it.
totally.
That's why they said on a second form, you can wreck everything.
Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, the second area.
But as you progress, if you ever do it again, it will seem easy.
Yes. Yeah, I will say that. Like going back to that first playthrough I had where I literally couldn't get anywhere in 5 hours to like now where I'm able to just like cruise through those areas. It's mind blowing. I was
And I find the game gets much better after that first area.
what I will say too is I think that the game is easier than Dark Souls. At the beginning, I thought it was a lot more
Yes.
difficult, but I was talking with Jimmy with it, and I don't know if you agree with him or not. But I think the fact that it like pushes you to always be aggressive actually makes it easier in the long run.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, it's all about that, and it is much easier than Dark Souls, which is why I like it.
yeah,
I find it's hard, but a fair difficulty where every time I die, I feel like I'm the one that fucked up because I did an aggressive play when I shouldn't have.
yeah, that's exactly what I was saying to Jimmy. Like I totally get your point of view on it. Like I actually
Compare, I went up these stairs and out of nowhere, a ball kills me.
exactly, yeah, that's Dark Souls.
And impossible to know or dodge unless you die once there. I find that's cheap.
Yeah, yeah, cause yeah, like I said, minus that, like you said, that first part of Bloodborne where just there's so many bad guys compressed into one area. After that, it's pretty fair. It's pretty easy. Um, I mean, obviously it has its moments where it gets difficult, but even like just
Sure.
using the gun and like the sword, like you tried to help me with before, like hey, when they attack you, fire the gun, then you could get a good strike. And I found that so difficult in the beginning, but now it's like becoming more natural. It's like okay, like I can see
Yeah,
when
once you get the timing, timing. You can't stun
Yeah.
like pretty much anything.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I had to let you know, like I said, yeah, that game's really growing on me. I'm liking it a lot. I'm excited to see what's the other one that people spoke pretty highly of? Shadows Die Twice, Sekiro? Is that it? Yeah, Sekiro.
Yes, Sekiro.
Because that one, from what I understood too, is like more aggressive. Like you're not really taking your time. You're just kind of going into that battle.
Yeah, I guess. I dislike Sekiro.
Oh, you did try
It's
that
in the
one?
Yes, it's in the same category as you will die sometimes because you didn't know enemy fell from the sky.
Oh, shoot. Okay, okay. So it's
Also, I'm much more of a dodge person than a block or counter person, so it might also play in this because it's all about countering Sekiro.
no. I'm the same way. Like I prefer dodging than parrying or anything like that. I always like I hate when that mechanic's in a game because I can never seem to figure it out. This the fact that
Well, the problem with Sekiro, I find, is it's not necessarily the timing, but that more and more enemies will just keep doing super speed moves one after the other, so you have to constantly press it at the right moment. I mean,
oh, okay.
so the human enemies in Sekiro fun to battle, but all the other ones I hate them.
I get that. No, that makes sense. Um, the only thing I didn't get a chance to talk to anyone about, man, I feel like I've been like locked in a jail cell, but I do talk to you guys, obviously. But it's just it's different, right, than actually having the Discord conversation. Um, was there anything this year, GW, that was gonna come out that you were excited for? I know we haven't really had much of a chance to
Yes,
talk about 2024.
Dragon's Dogma 2 looks awesome. I can't wait for it to come out. Big fan of the first one.
Oh, that was for.
Not in terms of story or universe, but in terms of gameplay wise. I really like Dragon's Dogma.
Did they have a set month for that one?
Yes, March. It's the end of March.
Oh, okay, okay. So I still have time because I definitely want to play the first one and beat that.
Yeah, I told you to play the first one.
Hell yeah, I gotta get to that then.
Because it will be a good indicator. Because as I see in the videos, it's pretty much the same but better. So if you don't like the first one, you'll probably not like the second one.
Okay, I always confuse that game with this one fact, and I don't know if it's a different game I'm supposed to be thinking of. Is that the one where you can beat the final boss within the first village?
I don't think so.
No, okay, so that's another one. Because I know there was
mean,
a game that came out.
You fight because the game starts and a dragon attacks the village. You fight it, but nobody wins against it. There's
Yeah.
no way to win against it. So it starts off with the dragon stealing your heart, but you're still alive, and you need to find that dragon again and kill him.
Cause yeah, okay, what was it now? It was during the time that Oblivion came out, and I know there was a whole bunch of those like kind of RPGs, and yeah, but there might be another one I'm thinking of then that does that. It's really
It
ridiculous.
came out around the same time as Oblivion, did it?
Wasn't it? Wasn't that at the same time, or was it way after that? Was it Skyrim's time it came out? Maybe I really am thinking of a different game.
Dragon's Dogma 1 was 2012
Oh wow. Okay, so yeah, it would have been
on Xbox 360
yes.
and other consoles, but I think mainly 360.
Oh shit. Okay,
And
I'm way off then. That would have been Skyrim's time.
Oblivion. No, not the movie, the game.
I know it always comes up first. The movie.
Is 2006.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm off then. Shit, I'll have to look it up and see what that RPG was. I know ATG back in the day did one of those top sixes, and that was one of the things that was listed. I can't remember what the game's name was then. But basically it was like you start the game, and when you leave the first village, the main bad guy is there, and apparently the idea is that you can make the villagers attack him and kill him, and you actually complete the game right off the bat that way.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't play that.
No, it's okay. I just yeah, I'll have to look up that game and show you at one point. I don't know. I love games that are stupid like that, like Far Cry 4. If you just sit at the table, right, the game's over.
And the thing is, there's a lot of games that say they will come out in 2024, but they don't have a date per se. Like Star Wars Outlaws, for starters.
Yeah, yeah, that's one I wanted to definitely get my
That's
hands
one
on.
where I find it looks awesome, but it's made by Ubisoft, so I'm wary.
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't have a date; it just says 2024. So I think it will probably get pushed to 2025.
I say that because I got burned again by Ubisoft.
Always
um,
get burned by Ubisoft.
it's so disappointing sometimes. You know
Well,
that.
the problem is that they have good ideas, but they don't execute well
Okay,
ever.
yes, 100%. Because that Fenyx Immortals Rising game I was playing, I was so pumped,
Yeah.
I was so excited, and it pisses me the fuck off. I don't understand why they chose to do this. The tutorial was phenomenal. It was great. It made this game seem like it was gonna be the best kind of action combat bullshit that you can imagine, right? You have powers of gods. You're getting their weapons right away, and then it turns the game into a puzzle game. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, why? Like, it doesn't even make sense. And like abilities that you were excited to use that were like great in combat become like these annoying missions that you have to do. So, for example, you have an arrow that you can fire, but there's a spell where you can direct the arrow. It's super cool in combat, but it's not super cool trying to line it up perfectly into a bullseye all the time. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, oh, I was streaming it, and like the few people that were on, they were all laughing because yeah, it was so ridiculous. Like, I was like, oh my god, are we actually doing another puzzle? Like,
Well, I
oh,
know they wanted to do sort of Breath of the Wild kind of a thing.
yeah, it nailed it because it was just as annoying as the shrines. It was such a terrible idea. Oh, like if they would have kept the tutorial, like I don't care if it was open world or not, like because the tutorial was pretty linear. Like that would have been great. Just keep that all the way throughout the game. Like there was lots of combat. Honestly, I don't even think there was any puzzles to solve. It was just like boom, boom, boom. You know, go through each stage, beat up the bad guys, try out your different abilities, learn something different, right? Gain the power of Zeus or whatever, and upgrade those skills. Like it was, yeah, it was so good. And then I was just like, what a
Well,
disappointment.
is it that you don't like puzzle stuff, or it's shitty puzzles?
It's just shitty puzzles. It's just on. You could tell that they're just puzzles so that you're gonna waste a few more minutes playing this game. You know,
Oh,
it's like filler, right? It's like I don't.
yeah.
There's no it's not like Tomb Raider where I feel like I actually solved something, and you know I deserve that next stage. It's just like okay, so you're just doing this because it's annoying, and you want me to waste time doing this.
Speaking of Tomb Raider, they have the remaster of Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3 that will come out in 2024. I
Wow,
won't buy it day one because it's like $30, and I'm not ready to pay for these old games
it's only
thirty
30.
dollars. But at some point,
That's not bad though. Like $30 for all three games.
yeah. But I already have the original ones. It's just it will be prettier. Hope that the controls are better. I'm also waiting to see if it's a good port on PC.
That's true, eh? Because was it the Grand Theft Auto trilogy? That one didn't turn out too hot.
One of yeah, Grand Theft Auto is an example.
Wow, I'm surprised. I'm just more surprised that they actually lowballed it to $30. I would have thought for sure they would try to go higher than that. Wow.
No, I think they're trying to see if there's still interest in Tomb Raider.
I hope they realize that there is, because yeah, that's a good
Well,
franchise.
yeah, and I wish that they would bring back, action Tomb Raider Lara,
Yeah,
not this Survivor thing.
that one and what is it? Uncharted. I still have to go through those games as
Oh
well.
yes, Uncharted is great. I mean, if you like linear story-driven games.
Oh, I do. Yeah, no, I do.
then you should absolutely like this.
Um, yeah, I think that
There's
was.
also Tekken 8 that is coming out in January. Again, it's not a game that I think I would buy day one, but I played the demo with my wife, and it was super fun. Like more so than I usually like Tekken. Like normally I find it too floaty and not a big fan of it, but somehow the demo was fun. So that is something at some point I would like to get. I don't know if they do ultimate version taken like Mortal Kombat does with all the DLC included, but if they do, that's what I would buy.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. It's been a while since I dropped into Tekken. It's funny you mentioned fighting games because I was just talking to Jimmy about that too. And I was just saying to him like this year, like I don't know, I had this hankering for like a really good anime game. But
Yeah.
what I want is more of like an RPG mechanic. I don't want just the fighting games. So I know he fired out a few at me that he thought that might capture my attention. But I don't know, like when I think of playing like a Dragon Ball Z game, right? Like I want that full experience of being a nothing Saiyan and then like building my way up to being like the Super Saiyan, and like just that.
Oh, so you want the what is it called? Is it Dragon? No, that's the show Dragon Ball Super. There's a Dragon Ball game where you create your character and you start off
Is that
and
Dragon Ball
you.
Fighter? Is that newer one that they were talking about? Because I know that one got a lot of praise for what it did.
I don't. Oh, it's Xenoverse. I think what I'm talking about.
Oh, Xenoverse. Yeah. Xenoverse isn't bad.
So that's what you're talking about of starting with nothing and going up.
Yeah. I don't want to just have all the abilities, to start off with and learning combos
So
and all that. Like,
you just got
sorry, GW, what?
you cut. I didn't understand.
Oh, sorry. I was just saying I don't want to get like all the abilities at the start. Like, I would like to, build your way up and slowly learn everything. Um,
Right.
yeah, like not the generic normal fighting mechanics, right? Like I would rather level up someone and have them become stronger that way.
Yeah, I prefer the. I don't think there's been a better game of Dragon Ball since the Budokai Tenkaichi series.
Yeah,
Like
those were good.
the more open level fighter games where you could do all sorts of combos and abilities. That was awesome, and I don't. I find there hasn't been a fighting game to reproduce that epic scale of combat. Maybe Final Fantasy Dissidia on PSP. Otherwise, not so much.
Oh yeah, that was a fantastic one too. Did you did you like the Naruto versions? I think it was like Ultimate Storm.
No,
No, those ones didn't catch you. Okay.
but also, I watch. I like Naruto, but I've never was like full on super fan,
I get that. I was the same
and
way.
I really dislike Shippuden. So, well, I didn't. I just started it, and at the beginning, I just didn't click with it. So,
Yeah, no, it wasn't as I didn't find the story as engaging as the first one was.
yeah, especially with how the first series ended, it was a super good ending.
Yeah.
It was just such a disappointment.
Yeah. No, I agree because I remember I got really far into that one, and then like usually you reach a certain point where you want to see the ending, and I stopped watching it, and like I never got back into it again, right? Whereas I said with Dragon Ball Z, like I was actually interested in in finishing that entire series from start to finish. Um, yeah,
So, did you just watch Dragon Ball Z, or did you watch all the series?
like did I watch Dragon Ball Z and Naruto or?
No, did you watch like the original Dragon Ball and the GT series and all
Oh
that?
yeah. I was fortunate enough to grew up through that whole timeline. So I got Dragon Ball, and then I didn't know nothing about Dragon Ball Z. It was literally just a flick on the TV, and I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I think I was watching it just when they were translating stuff, so it was during that moment where you just kept watching the Saiyan saga over and over again until they finally got the Frieza. Oh, it was terrible. There was nothing worse than like having that episode like to be continued, and then it goes all the way back to episode one again because they didn't have enough of them ready to go.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got to watch Dragon Ball GT, which I don't know why they bothered. That was such a terrible show. I yeah.
Well, I know a lot of people hate it. I actually sort of like I see why it's bad,
Yeah.
but because they tried to do a mix between Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. So the first part of the series is very more like the original Dragon Ball, right? Where it's goofy comedy
Yeah.
with weird power moments. And then the second half is more like Dragon Ball Z, where there's a main arcing villain and continuous fights all the way through.
I think that was it too. Like, just the bad guys didn't click with me very well. Like, I think Baby
It's
was.
true. They don't have very good bad guys.
Yeah, right. Like Baby was okay. Again, it was one of those characters too, right, where they were just so overpowered. It was like, okay, like this is just ridiculous already. Like,
Yeah, well, at some point they fight the dragon of the Dragon Ball.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That last boss, right? The master of the dragons, where we were supposed to be. Like, I was like, come on now.
Oh,
Oh,
another game 2024 I'm looking forward to is Space Marine 2 of Warhammer 40k.
oh yeah, yeah. I forgot that was gonna come
It
out.
was supposed to come out last December and got pushed all the way to September next year. I mean this year. And big fan of the first Space Marine game, so can't wait for this one.
You know, it's
Plus a fan of the universe.
I was gonna say, it's one of those things that probably a lot of people don't think of picking up, but the Warhammer universe is really good. I used to be obsessed with the tabletop game, but the games that they make for that series are really good. They're usually pretty well done.
Well, not just the games, the lore of it. I mean, I've read a lot of the novels, which is really good as well.
Did you ever get into the tabletop version or no?
No, all these D&D stuff aren't really my thing.
I get it. I get it. It was some pretty nerdy times playing those.
I know it's fine if people like it. It's more I don't like to depend on people so I can play something. If you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
No, it's true.
Like I don't want to uh, group up every Saturday to continue a campaign. I
Yeah.
have other shit to do.
That and I was gonna say it's extremely expensive. Like it was ridiculously
That too,
expensive.
true.
Yeah, just to play that. I remember how like upset I was when I found out that like they don't even come complete. Like I know a lot of people love that, and that's just my thing. I hate, I guess, creativity or something. Because the minute I found out I had to put it together, I had to paint. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like I just spent how much money buying this like broken toy just to put it together?
You know, I think Amazon have projects for Warhammer 40k stuff in terms of TV shows and films.
Really? That'd be kind of
I think
cool.
they struck a deal recently, and that Henry Cavill is attached to the project
Wow. Okay, that would be a
as
really
the
cool movie.
executive producer. I don't know if he'll be in the thing, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I can't. Okay, was it Necrons? I think that was the one that I usually went for all the time. They were my favorite
Right?
race.
They're cool. Yeah,
They are,
the
yeah,
robot, the AI stuff.
yeah, yeah. They were pretty badass. They were really neat. Oh my god, yeah. What a blast in the past.
Yeah, and that first Space Marine game really captured the destroying a horde as the Space Marine feeling. So can't wait for that, but much more.
I don't know if you view it the same way, but the one thing I kind of liked about 40K and even Warhammer in general, the first part of it, um, is there's really no good guy. Like, I mean, everyone's kind of bad in their own way.
Yeah. Well, it's just how war makes everyone bad.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like, there's no right side to pick, really. You just kind of
No.
you're just kind of align with whatever you think makes sense, or in my case, whatever looked cool. But yeah,
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 I mean, or you just, you're human. You stay in your human section. You won't be able to join the Eldars or anything.
yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Survival.
I may have to dabble back into that game again just to experience all that because yeah, I missed that universe.
Oh, also in 2024, for the people that like Last of Us Part 2, there's the remaster.
Oh
So
yeah,
better graphics and extra content and mode, a new game mode and all that, which is cool. I mean, it wasn't necessary.
no, yeah,
Like, if it was only the graphics, I would have said this is stupid. But the fact that they're adding content is something I like.
that's true. Yeah, I guess it's better than just graphics and faster frame rates and all that crap.
Yeah, especially that if you do a comparison, I'm sure there's really no difference.
Trying to think. Yeah, I don't think there was any other. Well, at least any other big titles that I remember that were gonna come out this year that I was really excited for. The
But
Outlaws was the main thing for me.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is at the top of my list of all the ones that I've mentioned.
Well, I'll have to dive into that game so that I can get hyped for number two then.
For sure, if you like it, because it's not for everyone. It's a balance between um, an action game and a realistic fantasy.
Okay, like just to make sure I understand though, like there is RPG elements though in it, right?
Yes, well, what do you define RPG elements?
For me, I'm just happy with like a leveling up system, skills, and all that kind of stuff. I don't really.
Yes, absolutely. Then,
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That's all I need. That's kind
and
of.
you can change your class anytime, really,
Oh. Okay. I like
and
when
you
games do that.
unlock new classes.
Okay.
So, for example, you start with three initial classes: mage, rogue, and a warrior. Right.
Okay.
So one is a shield and sword, the other one is daggers and bow, and the other one is magic. Later on, as you progress through, you get points and vocation points and all that, and you can unlock improved, uh, well, all sorts of class depending how much you've leveled up with a class. So later on, you can unlock, let's say, a mix between magic and warrior. So
Oh.
you make, let's say, that class has specifically a skill where you do a bubble of electricity, and when you hit that bubble, it throws a bunch of electric blasts. So there's all sorts of new skills like that.
That's cool. Okay. Yeah, I played a game very similar to that on the PSP. It was like what you said, like there would be warrior, archer, and mage, right? But yeah, right. As you were leveling up, you could, I think they called it specialized, but you
Yeah,
could, like you just said, you could combine healing and fighting together, and then you could have like whatever the next term of it was, monk or whatever form it was. And yeah, the abilities would combine together. So if you had like leap, you could have leap plus like a heal ability added into it. Like I don't know, it was really neat. It was really neat. So I like RPGs like that.
yeah, and you can change it anytime. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's really
So you
cool
can
too.
really experiment with all sorts of stuff.
Okay, shit. Yeah,
And
wow.
the pawn system, which is like their companion system, is really cool as well.
See, another one. It wasn't what I was thinking. I honestly thought Dragon's Dogma was gonna be very similar to like Oblivion or Skyrim or something like that.
No,
Um,
it's not really similar to something. I think the best description I could give, and even then it doesn't describe well, it's like a mix between Souls-like and Shadow of the Colossus.
wow. Okay. Okay.
I
Wow.
say Souls-like lightly because it's not like a Souls-like, but it has that same carefulness to each move with the weight behind the moves and all that.
And Shadow because like you're fighting like a lot of giant mythical
Yeah,
creatures or
and you
what?
can climb them,
That's cool.
and
Wow.
basically you can pretty much tackle every situation in the way you want. So
Ooh. Okay.
if your character is big enough or tall enough, because in the character creation you can decide the size and all that. So if he's big enough, he can, and the enemy is small enough, you can just pick it up and throw him off a cliff, let's say, or find a vase and throw it at the enemy, or put mines everywhere, and there's a bunch of stuff to do.
Wow.
While
Okay.
figuring out weird way of battling the enemies, the group of enemies, and all that.
Oh,
And that's where the
oh.
game really shines. You want to climb the enemy, you can do it if you have enough stamina.
Okay. All right. Wow.
Of course, there's every enemy has like a weak spot, but
Yeah.
it's not that obvious. The Cyclops is obvious. You climb on his back and go up to his head and slash his eye, right?
Yeah.
But there are other enemies, like there's one of your first enemy in the tutorial you fight off is the Chimera. So it has like 3 heads, like lion, goat, and serpent. So you can tackle each part and it will get weaker and weaker.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm excited.
Meaning after at some point one of the heads will take off because you've chunk enough off of his health.
I'll have to check. Yeah, I know. I think you're right. I think it's usually about $6 only. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get that one.
So I don't know if it's still low price.
Well, I mean, I don't want to get it for the Switch, but I know usually when I was checking on the Switch, that game was like always on the sale menu for about $6. At the most, I think I saw was $10 for that game, so that's not that bad.
Well, currently, well, I'm looking at the PC one, but currently it's $40.
Wow, I'm surprised. Actually, wait, it might even be on Game Pass. I should take a peek on that as well.
Oh, it's very
What's on Game
possible.
Pass?
Hey, Juggernaut. Dragon's Dogma.
Hey.
Hey, Chuck.
Oh, I've been wanting to play that. What's up, JW? I was
Uh,
just popping in. I wanted to say y'all were cute.
thank you very much. You all too, my friend.
Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, thank you. Oh, man. I appreciate that. Ooh. I just want to say that. So, like, yeah, you guys are great. You guys are awesome. Have fun. And, yeah, bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
Bye, Juggernaut. But yeah, I'll have to check because I feel like it was on Game Pass. If so, then yeah, that's an easy play. Um,
For sure.
I'm really shocked that it's $40 though. Shit, I thought it'd be a lot
Me
cheaper.
too. It's quite an old game.
Yeah, when he said that, I was like, damn, okay, it's a little more than I was expecting.
So you should have bought it when I told you to.
I know, yeah, literally.
Oh, currently on PlayStation it's $6.
Okay, perfect. So Friday when I get paid, then that'll be one of the games I'll be downloading.
Offer ends on the 18th.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, so I get paid on Friday. I got enough time. All right, there you go, guys. Dragon's Dogma probably on Friday.
And I'll love to watch you stream it.
Oh, yeah, I know. You see, like, man, I swear, sometimes I have an idea of what a game's gonna be, and then I said I'll talk to you or someone else, right? It's like, okay, I was way off of what I expected that game to be. But even like I don't know, did that game really didn't get hyped that much? I feel like I know there's a lot of cult following now and in conversations about it, but when
Yeah,
that
you're right. When you came out, it didn't very do much for
yeah,
some
right?
reason.
That's weird. Especially being like
Well,
that unique and different. Like it's not like every other RPG then. And that's kind of the way I viewed it. Like I thought it was just gonna be another basic level up, go through your story, but no, it's different.
it's not an easy game. Like the tutorial will make it seem easy,
Yeah.
but it's not because you gather a bunch of quests, and sometimes it will bring you in situation where the enemies is super strong. So you'll need to either run away or find a different strategies to tackle them.
Ooh, all right.
It's not straightforward. That's why I was saying it's a mix between an action game and a realistic fantasy, because it has all sorts of details to fail that, not fail, to sell that fantasy. So, for example, you have a lantern.
Yeah.
You have to give it oil to brighten the place up. If you
Oh.
go in the water with it and water touches the lantern, it will extenuate the lantern and you'll lose like a lot of oil. So it's small details like this, but with a bunch of stuff.
See,
Like your food can, if you don't eat it quick enough, it will become perishable.
see those kind of features I don't mind. Um, 'Cause those are manageable. I hate when it gets a little too realistic in a game.
Yeah,
Um,
me too. It's like the perfect balance between the two, which is why I like it.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's not a simulation.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. All right then. Yeah. I'm excited now. That's definitely gonna be a Friday adventure. Um, but yeah. JW, thank you, buddy, for sticking with me and sticking through that first 24 minutes of hell. I
Oh, no
guess
problem.
I guess going forward, this is gonna be our new background till Mindful can figure out how to get the Chromebook working properly. Um,
But what games are you interested for 2024?
Honestly, it was the Outlaws when you brought up that one again. Like I
Yeah,
said, I don't know. It's always the beginning of the year, right? The beginning of the year, there's not much talk. I know once we get into February and March, more games will start to be hyped up and announced. But way back when we were watching all those trailers, Outlaws really caught my eye. I'm looking forward to that
me too.
one. I'm hoping it's gonna deliver and be the game that we want it to be.
It's Ubisoft.
I know. That's literally the only thing that's stopping it from me being like, oh yeah, let's pre-order this shit. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I really hope it's gonna be better than what we're all picturing in our heads because of Ubisoft.
I mean, there's Senua too, apparently this year, but again, the one that doesn't have a release date.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, it almost feels like February, March, right? That's when things get a little more concrete and you start to hear like actual dates and all that mentioned,
I
right?
honestly think a lot of it will be pushed to 2025,
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
and it will be a quiet year.
Same with 2025. I don't see Grand Theft Auto. I don't know why. Something in my guts tell me it's not going to come out then either. I,
Yeah,
I
no,
I feel like we'll still wait a little bit for that next entry.
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. Thanks, JW. I appreciate it, buddy. So like I said, when I do the editing here, I'll plug in a few links so people know where to access your stuff. But yeah, thanks so much for just hanging out with me and talking.
Sure. Always like it.
Yeah, yeah,
Wondering the uh, end of year video you're making.
yeah.
Do you have a release date for that?
For the award show, I'm gonna have the next part finished on Wednesday, and then once it's done, I usually just save it, keep it like so. Basically, there's two copies on Power Director. Now that you use it, you probably know what I'm talking about. There's the editing version, right? But then you have to download the whole video, and then that's like the save version for you to like
Right.
upload. So I will probably add my parts in, just have Cheyenne kind of quickly look at it, see if there's anything that stuck out to her, like, did I use the right font for the titles and all that, coloring scheme, and if she gives a thumbs up, then yeah, I'll probably have it uploaded by Thursday and Friday for you guys to enjoy. Yeah, I'm excited.
Cool.
I think
Me too.
this one turned out pretty good. Definitely learned a lot from the first video that I made. That's one thing I can say with editing, is you definitely learn a lot through trial and error. Saved quite a few moments this time. Yeah. I think you guys will have a good laugh at it. And I said, I love your bits, JW. It was definitely good the way you did them. It just
I'll hope that everybody does.
oh yeah, I think so. It's more of just like me trying to think. It's like, okay, like you had like a good delivery with something, right? So it's like, now how do I follow that up so that it makes sense and it still goes that flow? I have an idea in my head, so hopefully it'll pan out as well. But yeah, you have a great night, buddy. Thank you for again for hopping on.
You too. Till next time.
Until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, I don't want to disconnect this. Okay, is it still working? Just out of curiosity. Okay, yeah, it's still working fine. So yeah, sorry that we have this as our back screen. But I just wanted to thank you guys for hopping on. 2-6, I am so sorry, my dude. I'm terrible at, I can multitask and I can message someone, but like I always don't time things out properly to like say something to the people in chat. So here, I'm just gonna give you a quick little shout out for those of you that don't know. 2-6 is also a streamer. I was just gonna say, you might know him from Apex Legends. Go figure, that was the last game he played. But yeah, thank you, buddy, for hopping on. Tommy, thank you for hopping on and chatting. I was gonna say Sleepy. Panda, Lazy Panda. That's why I was thinking Sleepy. Lazy Panda, thank you for hopping on and letting me know right at the start of the stream that there was a problem. Honest to God, if you didn't, I probably would have had an entire stream that was busted, and that would have been disappointing. Oh, it's okay, Prime. Thank you for hopping in. I appreciate it. And you know what the best part is? In a couple of days, it's gonna be on YouTube, so it's like you didn't miss anything. I get to be one of those ugly people right now and promote my other links, all cringy and shit. Give you a little quick shout out too. Oh, what a shocker. Some battlegrounds. Nice. But yeah, we'll be back to our scheduled times. So every Tuesday, 7 p.m. If you want to catch it live, you want to join in the conversation, you're always more than welcome to. If you are on the Discord, you know what I mean? You can hop on voice chat with us and join in the conversation. There is literally no line, no forms to fill out, nothing like that. It's just open mic. Whoever hops on, they get to join in the conversation. Like I was saying to JW, keep watching YouTube. Next couple days, I should have the award show done, and we'll have that posted for you guys to enjoy. And the Discord community members, get ready because your 10 awards will be coming to your mailboxes pretty soon. I usually like to wait a day after the video's been released so that the surprise is there. So yeah, probably, like I said, Wednesday I'll wrap it up. Thursday the video will launch on YouTube, and then Friday I'll handle all the awards. And by the sounds of it, Friday I'm going to be playing Dragon's Dogma because that sounds like a pretty freaking wicked game, based on what JW said. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for sticking with me as I had my little hiatus there because work was terrible. Yeah, it's good to be back, and I hope you guys enjoy season 2. Bye. Sorry, the Xbox takes a lot longer to disconnect.